Hello, everyone. How are you today? Give me a thumbs up, wave at me, shout out. Let me know you can hear me and you can see me. I'll wait. In case y'all are wondering, I took a picture of what it is I'm getting every time I start the feed so husband can fix it. Hi, Carol. Carol, Pam's going to be sending you some information about the moderator status. Let me get you added. You are now an added moderator. Pam will send you the information that you need to read up on before you start moderating. Hi, Tom. And Carol, your name's going to change and look just like Tom's does. Hi, Stephen. Thank you, Tom. Yeah, on my end, I'm just doing the sudden spin of death, I guess is what they call it. No sound? And it may be on your end. Tom said he could hear me. My mic is working. Hi, Pam. All right, let's see if that's any better. Hi, Ann. Ann, do you have sound? Yeah, I know there's some lagging. Nothing I can do about it. We're not live yet. Today is a day that my moderators is going to learn how to use their moderation tools. So, yeah, they're going to be playing around today, so just watch for them. That's okay, Carol. You're fine. You're a moderator now. Pam, make sure you send Carol the link to the information that she needs for her moderator status. Next week, we will be going live, and hopefully this will stop this sudden death that we're dealing with. If it doesn't, I'm just going to send a nasty gram to you. Well, I am too. Now it's reconnecting. How's the other internet connection? Is it any better?
I'm on it. What were you getting on store?
11 point. All right, let's see if this works better for us. Some gotta work better. Nope, it's got the same issues. I don't know. I think it's the OBS software, to be honest. We're going to get through this, and we're going to get through it together. Yep, I'm on. I'm trying. It's a snatch and grab is the way I look at it. Hi, Katia. I didn't see you come in. Sorry, babe. Hi, Marie. We got about 6 minutes before class starts. Maybe it'll pick up. Yeah, evening does seem better. I do not understand this. I mean, I'm out in Boondockville. The closest thing to me is a Walmart, and that is about 12 miles from me. I mean, that's it. There's nothing here. There's a convenience store that's only open until 5 o'clock here across the street. So, yeah, there's nothing here. But I switched providers. We'll see how this works and go from there. he's going to do some more tweaking. He's researching now to see why, because it was okay until the stream started. And as soon as the stream started, it started lagging, it started kicking back, and just all kinds of crazy. So, needless to say, hi, Meat. All right, how many countries have we got here? I always like to ask that question. I'm just curious. Hi, John. Actually, it's Brenda, isn't it? Hi, Lingo. Hi, Jeremy. Now it's saying my bit rate is too high. How about that one? A while ago, it wasn't high enough. Now it's too high. Yeah, I can relate with that, and I can. Hi, Bev. Hi, Laura. Well, I'm not going to tell you how warm it is here. We got beautiful blue skies. I had to hang a curtain across the door because it was making everything look really pale, including me. I'm already pale, but didn't need no help. But yeah, it's about 63 degrees right now, but it's a warm 60. Okay, it's not the cold 63. It's the warm one. Hi, Teresa. It's going up in the 70s today. Hi, Barbara. All right, a lot of Canadians today. Denmark, awesome. Whoop, whoop. Now, before we get started with the class, I have a little housekeeping I have to do. And I want everybody hit your like button. And if you think that that you gain knowledge from today is valuable to you, when you watch replays, make sure you let those commercials run. That's how we support the classes. The YouTube pays us a percentage off the YouTube commercials, and that is supposed to be taking care of the classes. That is the website cost, the cost to run the classes live. We have cameras, we have computers, we have lighting, things like that we need to take care of. And without charging you all anything to come to the classes, all we ask you to do is be sure you let those commercials run. Okay? Now, as we build equity in these classes, a financial equity, we will be able to get better software, better cameras, better equipment, and we will be able to make it more smooth running. Right now, we're working on getting a new email address and a new email. And if we can work out the deal, we will have a new email. I will be able to send to you the class link, and you don't write to that email. You write to the standing email that we have, the online tatting class at gmail.com. That's where you write to us. When I send out a mass mailer, it will be coming from another email program. Okay, but you cannot respond to it. All right, we're currently working with the company, and they know that we are a legitimate school, and they also know we work for free. Okay, so they're trying to work out something that is reasonable, donation or whatever they need to do to help us. All right, so keep your thumbs up and keep us in thought and prayer. Maybe this will go through. We are also working on the website. That's coming up. It's a big job. Somebody got to do it, and I'm it, tag. And one person is doing this website. All right, I teach the classes. That's the reason I broke the classes down to 1 day a week. All right, if you send in homework, Pam will be your responder on that. Okay, if she's unsure of what to say, she says, hey, you got an email you need to look at, and then I'll come look at it. Otherwise, I'm extremely busy. I have several things going on. I have Tat Days coming up. I have to get ready for it. All right. I am teaching classes at Tat Days. We are going to teach ANCARs, the beginning start of ANCARs through intermediate ANCARs. Because once you get to the intermediate phase, the rest of it is just repeat. Okay. So, needless to say, I've got that going on. Plus, I'm trying to get stuff done, made up for the shop so that we can eliminate some of this that we've got on this rig. So I can actually have some kind of life. Tad Days is at North Carolina. It's Lake Junaluska. I had to think for a second how to say it because I have said it wrong for a couple of years now. But it's at Lake Junaluska, and I'm going to be honest with you, it is the most beautiful scenic place around. Okay, I mean, you can get lost in the beauty of it. Inspiration galore. All right, so if you get a chance to go, go. Now, we do take donations for scholarship funding. Okay, we also have auctions at Tat Days for scholarship funding. So that pays for students to go. It will either pay their way, not transportation. We do not pay transportation. It will either give you a full paid scholarship, which pays for your meals if I'm mistaken. One of the Teresas will correct me. It'll either be a full paid or a partial paid. They have a committee that votes on this. I have nothing to do with that. They handle all that. There is one out, Camp Oneatat is in, correct me, Teresa, Wyoming or Montana. There is also Shuttlebirds. I do not know their location. Thank you, Teresa. I was stumbling through that. She's got the Tat Days deal up. Now, she can also tell you about Camp Oneatat, and she can also tell you about Shuttlebirds. I've been to a Shuttlebirds conference meeting because of a designer invited me. I'm not a member of Shuttlebirds. I'm only a member of Palmettos. All right, Teresa. Ann wants to go to Camp Oneatat. That's who you're going to have to talk to, and she knows all about it. All right. Any other questions? Hit that like, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell, because next week we go live. There will not be a link sent that is not live. It's not going to be unlisted. It's going to be public next week. Okay? So hit that like button, hit that subscribe, hit that notification bell. Once I go live, it is going to notify you if you hit that notification bell. In fact, we went live accidentally in a test phase, and everybody knew about it, and all they saw was my keyboard. So, yeah, it will notify you. So, once we go live, we will be accepting super chat, super stickers, super thanks. All right, and all that's going to do is build the funding so that we can pay for these classes. I want it to be self-sufficient so that I don't have to come in here and say, beg for money. You know, panhandle is what I call it. My mom used to call it that. I don't want to have to beg to pay for this stuff. But I also don't want to end up in bankruptcy to pay for it either. So if you can help by just letting those commercials run, do it. Turn your computer on, go to the store. Let it run. Let it run the videos and let it run the commercials. That way we can get more funding. When you watch a video, hit that thumbs up. hit that like button, because when you do that, it builds our algorithm, puts us at the top of the list, builds on what we've already built on, okay? And tells people, hey, they're legit. It's a good place to go. Check this video out. Check this class out. The bigger we get, the better we are. And by the way, I want to tell you all, 8,000 views last month. 8,000. Okay? But they did not let the commercials run. And how do I know? I get the analytics. So let them run. 8,000 views, I should have made some money. I didn't. So let those commercials run, okay? Hit that like button if you like what I teach. If you don't, say so. You're not going to hurt my feelings. All right? I got tougher skin than that. Because if you don't like something, how do I fix it? All right? So let's get to today's lesson. Today, we are doing this beauty. Now, somebody asked about it last week in class, or mentioned it. And then Pam reminded me, Deborah's doing this. Deborah Fitchin Cox, I think is her name. I don't know how to say her name. Anyway, she's a very, very sweet lady. And she's funny. If you get to know her, she is hilarious. But she did this pattern. Now, what she did it for, I don't know. But if you do this in size 80 thread, oh my gosh, the cutest pair of earrings you ever sunk on your ears, okay? I'm just saying. Now, we're going to work on this today, and I'm going to show you what you need to know. We're not going to complete this pattern. I'm going to get you started, because there is a couple of things in here you are going to need to know. Okay? Yeah, Brew, if you're premium, you do not get the commercials. All right. So let me go down to the down shot. My moderators, I want you to keep an eye out for any questions that come up and let me know when I go back face forward. All right? Y'all doing a heck of a job. Everybody, if you see someone with a blue name and a little wrench, they are a moderator. Okay? They're training today, live training, so that next week they're ready. All right? Because I got news for you. There's going to be a lot of people in class next week we've never seen before. All right? So there you go. Now let me go to the down shot and get started on this little puppy. Now, as you can see, I have in front of me my thread, my shuttle, okay? I have my little pico gauge. I got a hook, pair of scissors. Thread that I'm using is Elizabeth 20, color number 671. All right. Don't know what the name of that color is, but it's a real pretty red. It's not too bright, not too much in your face. And the pattern, I shared it with you. Print it out. Okay. Keep this, because I don't know how long it's going to stay up on Ring of Tatters site. I don't know if they're keeping it going, what's going on with it. So if you get a chance, go over there and visit it. Use that link and do some wandering around. They got a lot of information on that site that would be very helpful to you. Okay? Now, most of you do know how to make a double stitch, so we don't need to know that. Most of you know how to do a join. If you don't know, please speak up now before we even get started so that I can show you how to do that double stitch. I'm going to give it a couple of seconds and let it, catch up, and then you all let me know. If I don't see a response in a minute, then I will move on. All right. I believe we've caught up in the time frame. If not, give a shout out. You watch what I'm doing and you'll learn the double stitch real fast. Now, before I go any further, most people say, how do you wind the shuttle? Well, you can wind the shuttle several different ways, but with Elizabeth thread and many tatting threads, you will get a twist to the thread. And if you do the windmill method, which is, let me turn my shuttle around, where you have your shuttle facing you and you start winding it this way, that's called the windmill method. You're putting twist in that thread, and you really, Elizabeth's got enough. You don't need to add more fuel to that fire, because then you're getting aggravated. Okay, the best way to wind your shuttle is hold your shuttle in your hand, whether you be left-handed or right-handed. Pull your thread tight, and what I like to do, you see how I run it across my fingers? As it's moving through my fingers, it is also helping tame that twist. So that said, you just walk your shuttle down the thread. Okay, see that? And that tames that twist. Now that doesn't take it completely out. It won't. Trust me on that. It will not take the twist completely out. Because if you take the twist completely out of Elizabeth threads, you got a bunch of strands of thread. Okay, you got to have some twist to the thread. So that said, you just walk your shuttle on. Takes a little longer, but I can get into that clicking. And there's some people that can. Now, there's others that can't. Sue Fuller can't. So what she does is she will run her finger up here at up here at the tip to separate the blades so that she doesn't have to listen to that click. Me, it doesn't bother me. If it clicks, it clicks it. If it doesn't, it doesn't. Either way is fine. I'm not picky. I'm picky about the tatting part. All right, I want to make sure my tatting looks impeccable and it serves me well. All right, now should your twist in your thread like this, it's got some twist because you've seen it just jump together. It was mating season and it just got together there. If you get twist, hold your shuttle in the air like this and you will see it dangle and twist. And what that's doing is it's taking that twist out, okay? And it's only going to take out the extra twist. But again, that's not going to eliminate all the twist, okay? But you see, we're not mating anymore. All right? So, let's get on with this cute little pattern. Now, I'm using size 20 thread. Now, this heart's going to be about this big when I get through with it. However, if you want a pair of earrings, you can add beads to these picos, all right? And you can do all kinds of fancy footwork with it and make a pair of cute little earrings in size 80 thread. If you are brave enough to mess with 80 thread, go for it, because you're going to get a delicacy to this pattern that you're not going to see in this size 20. So as a tatter, your goal is smaller threads, because back in the day, they used sewing thread. Okay, thread that small, it could tear up a pair of eyeballs, let me tell you. But you can use magnifiers. I got some that Arlene told me about, and I got them. And these have a light on them. See them? And they are magnifiers. This adjusts, goes over the head. You get several different lenses, and it has a light. So you can see there is a light on the end, okay? And it puts it on your work. Bead Buddy put this out, okay? And it's called Mag Eyes. Now you can get that if you're going to use smaller threads. And it works. You can use it if you wear glasses or if you don't wear glasses. All right, and draw that in. Do not strain your eyes with smaller threads. Work smarter, not harder. All right, so that said, let's look at our pattern. First thing as a new tatter you want to do is read your pattern through. This one blesses us with a diagram as well as written instruction. This is a very easy beginner pattern because the stitch count is the same throughout. Okay, so all you have to do is remember your stitch count, right? And then after the first segment, you've already got it. So let's do what this says. It says wind 3 yards of red thread onto a shuttle and do not cut it from the ball. We wound it. We didn't cut it from the ball, which I know y'all haven't seen these. May have. I don't know. These are acrylic floss bobbin holders, okay? And I got these on Etsy. I bought a pack of 50, okay, to try. And what I hate about the paper bobbins is they leave a crease in your thread. And when tatting, it's a pain, okay? It really is. It's a pain to deal with that crease because it does show. So I got these thinking, yeah, that's not going to be a problem because it's a little thicker than a paper bobbin. So I'm going to try it. I'll let y'all know what I think of it. And if it does crease it really bad, like the paper bobbins or not. Some crease you can get past with, but sometimes those bobbins, they put a crease in there and there is no getting it out. The only way to get it out is water, and once you get water on your thread, you can't tat with it till it's dry. That's why you don't tat when your hands are sweaty. It won't slide. All right, so it says 3 yards of thread on to your shuttle and do not cut it from the ball. Make the picot on the first ring, ring A, large enough for 3 joins. Okay, how do you determine that? Depending on the size of thread. Okay, and each join is counted as 1 double stitch. So you've got to make that picot large enough for 1 double stitch 3 times. Okay, now remember this. Remember, we was talking about stitching our threads, doing a chain, laying it down, and we was only going to do 1 inch. Well, here's where that comes into play. Remember the little books, little journals, tatting journals? Okay, if your chart says size 20, 10 stitches is 1 inch, then you find what 3 stitches are and you measure it with your handy dandy do-it-all ruler. And then you know how many stitches 1 picot will hold. Does everybody understand that? That's been a question many, many times. So has anybody got a question about how you measure your picot? I'll wait. Yeah, Barb, I could do that, but it would just be a mess. I'd have to do, well, you see how much thread's on that? And most times that's about how much I put on a paper bobbin. That would be a real chore to get it ironed out. Brew, we made the journals. We made them in class, I think, or was going to. We haven't done that yet. I've got to show y'all how to do that, don't I? Yeah, okay, now I remember. I'll make that a class, Brew. In fact, we can do that next week if you'd like, so we can finish that. Please review the measuring. Okay. Now, if when you do your little journal, let me see if I've got mine up here. Try to get to it without knocking everything over. I've been cleaning out my beads and sorting them. When Mom was with me, she wanted to work with beads a lot, and with her Alzheimer's, it helped her. So I ended up with all these jumbo beads that you could probably make a huge statement necklace with, and I'm not ever going to use them. So there's a place up here in town that it's like a senior center, but it's not. It's for more for handicapped people, and they use these beads for their projects with them. So yeah, you see my little menagerie of a mess here. I got all kinds of messes going on. I'm looking for my notes, and I don't think it's in this one. I really don't. But this is a tatting journal I started, just never worked in it much. See, you can see these are all about chains and stuff I was working on. It was a project of mine. I don't have mine in here. And I frankly don't know what I did with it for sure. Ain't that a hoot? Ugh. Let me look up here. I don't see my little charts. I've got them somewhere. I will have to find them. But what they are is you take a index card and you tat for 1 inch. Okay? A chain. And you make sure you tug it in and it's tight. Okay? And once you get it in, then you attach it to your card and you say, this is size 20 thread. Now, it will tell you how many stitches fits in 1 inch. And when you get a pattern that has 3 joins on a picot, you're going to have to accommodate for 3 double stitches. Because a join is considered a double stitch when you're measuring. Only when you're measuring. So, if the double stitches for 3 double stitches on a size 20 is a 1/4 inch, that's where your picot would be. And then you would use this 1/4 inch mark to make your picot. Okay, so let's do that first ring and show you. First, we wrap our hand to make our ring, and we're going to put in our first 6 double stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right. And I will find that sheet that shows all the stitch lengths that I've got. All right, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now, what we can do if we don't have it is we can measure our 3 double stitches based on what we just tatted up. And as you can see, 3 double stitches falls in right under a 1/4 inch. Good guess, wasn't it? Actually, after a while, you're going to know that too. So here is your picot gauge, and your 1/4 inch mark is right here. All right, so you lay that down and you tat your 1/4 inch picot. Put it on, bring it down. That is your 1/4 inch. Do the other half. And you want your tatted stitch to be on the bottom. Okay? I don't like using picot gauges because in order to get the accurate measurement, you have to use your double stitch at the bottom. Otherwise, okay, and I've said this before, if you use only this way, if you go in like this and you do your double stitch, you're only getting half of that 1/4 inch. Okay? Yes, Melissa, definitely. Definitely. If you're going for competition or you are turning in for exams, make sure you use your picot gauge because trust me, they are going to use one to see that you did it right. And they will mark against you. Now, you want to win the blue ribbon, a red ribbon, or whatever ribbon it is for that day, make sure you use your pico gauge and use it properly. Because if you put your pico in, I'm going to show you, same place, all right? We was working right here on this 1/4 inch. I'll show you. We did it this way, right? There's our pico. Well, if it'll stay up there. My fingers don't like me. They don't like me. All right, there is our 1/4 inch, and it fit right up there. Slid off. Trying to do this so you can see it, and it's not cooperating. Story of my life here. If it's a problem, I can find it. All right, there we go. I got it. All right, that's on our pico gauge, 1/4 inch, right? Now, we're going to use it the other direction real quick. I'm going to show you the difference. Only if you're going for your master's brew. And you have to go through tatters across time to do that. All right? So we're going to do it the other way where we're holding the pico gauge straight up and down. And I'm going to show you. Same spot on that pico gauge. Here you go. You now have 2 different sized picos. They're both made in the same spot. One, the double stitch is put under and follows the line of progression. The other, the pico gauge is put down and it's just 1/2 the thread went under and 1/2 went over. Okay? So there is your difference. Same spot. And when you go for competition, you want the correct size, not the half size. All right? Does that explain it for everybody? The difference between the two? There we go. Now let's get that out. Let's put our other 6 double stitches in here. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. All right, this is ring A, and this is what ring A should look like when we're done. A huge picot on the top of that ring. Okay? All right, so everybody is understanding the picots and the measurement of the double stitches. Hold on. We got mail. That was the lady that runs the place. She brought us our mail today. And Mia just says nobody can knock at the door. Oh, let her settle down. She'll be all right. All right, now we're going to do our first chain. Now, our first chain, it says here, we got to reverse our work and chain 6, picot 6. Okay? So let's do that. Reverse our work. Now, here is our ring as we tatted it. Reverse our work means what? Who knows what reverse work means? Not rotate, not turn, but reverse. I'm going to wait and see who can answer that. Because that is a term you're going to use quite religiously when you tat. No, that's turning your work. When it turns like the page of a book. Reverse the work means top becomes bottom, bottom becomes top. So, right, Jess, you got it. You got it. Yes. Not turn it upside down, Fred. You got to, top becomes bottom. This is the top, so it goes bottom. That way our chain follows line of progression in the direction it needs to. All right. Then we set our hand up in a loom for the chain. And everything we do on our hands, setting up for a ring, a chain, a split chain, it is called setting up our loom. And you will hear that phrase as well. Yeah, you're right. Bernice has got it. Bernice, I didn't even see you come in. Hello, how are you? All right, now, the next part of this. Now, as you can see, I have a gaposis problem here. I didn't tighten that ring. To prevent that, you can post your shuttle, and I'll show you how to do that on the next ring, okay? Because you're going to hear that phrase as well. So let's put our 6 picot 6. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. There we go. We got 6. Now we have to use our picot gauge to measure our picot. And you look at this and it's tiny picots to me. That's because they're joining picots. So on our picot gauge, which one would we use? The smallest one we have. And to make it even smaller so it's not noticeable, we'll come in and put it in at the side instead of under, okay? And get the tiniest picot we can. All right? Now, that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay. Now, we've got that in there. Next, we reverse our work again, and we're back where we started. All right? Let's set our loom up for our next ring. And we're going to put in 6 double stitches. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Let's double count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now we're going to join in our picot. All right? Grab that picot, pull it up, and join. Okay? Pull it down. Put in our other 6 double stitches. 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And we're going to close the ring, but first we want to post our shuttle. And this is a good pattern so that you can see the difference between posting and not posting. To post our shuttle, you see I've still got the loom on my hand. Our shuttle goes through the ring, comes out the back side. Then close your shuttle. Grab both ends of that ring, or close your ring, excuse me, not your shuttle. All right, and you pull it tight. Now, the difference, let me adjust this on here so that it looks good and you can see it close. All right. I like to work with my fingers more so than the pick or crochet hook when adjust. See the difference between the two on here. Let me get that down. Let me get this up here for you guys. This one is posted. This one is not. On this one, you see how it pulls the double stitches under? Okay. Can y'all see that? Or am I too close? Let me see. All right, on the one that is not posted, right here, it pulls those double stitches under. when you close your ring. When it is posted, it is flat all the way around because it pulled that shuttle thread to the back side of that ring. Everybody see that? Now, it is not a requirement to do this or this. It's what makes you comfortable. If you prefer doing this instead of posting your shuttle, fine. That's fine. You don't have to. The only time you have to, again, is for competition or exams. All right? Posting your shuttle makes the ring look more uniform. Also, if you make a mistake, it's easier to open the ring. Okay? And correct your mistake. This way, yeah, unless you're well versed in it, which, yeah, I do a lot of ripping. My middle name is Frog, by the way. You go in there and you start pulling things. You stretch your thread. If you don't know what you're doing, you can tear your thread. Right. Pam is 100% right. Doesn't matter what you do, be consistent. Don't change midstream or it's going to stand out like that sore thumb. All right? So, you continue on around with your rings and chains. All right? Once you get all 4 rings on, as you can see in the instructions, right here, then you're going to move out and do the rest of these. And these are going to be lock joins. Does anybody know what a lock join is? I'll wait. Right, it'll be more round. You either get a teardrop or you get a round one. There's your difference. You're right, Arlene. I mean, nothing beats posting if you're a mistake maker. Okay, and I have yet to see a tatter that's not a mistake maker. I have yet to meet one. No, lock join is not a knot. Oh, we got a fly. A lock join, and I'm going to show you that real quick. We're not going to continue on with this pattern because it's just chains and rings. You all should know how to do that. We're going to do a chain and we are going to lock join right here to this picot. All right, so let me reverse our work. Wrap my shuttle back up. Reverse my work. Okay, need more. Tighten that and let's go. We're going to do 6 picot 6 for our next chain. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. We need a picot. Want a tiny picot, we're measuring here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Okay, now, ready? We're going to reverse our work again. But we're not going to make that last ring. We're just going to do a lock join because I've got quite enough thread here so you can see how that lock join works. Now, we have to join it right here. So what we're going to do, we're still in the reverse work phase. What you do is you pull that shuttle thread behind that picot. Y'all see that? I'm going behind the picot. See, it's right there. We're going to grab the shuttle thread. If you're working with 2 shuttles, it would be shuttle 1. and you're going to run it through. And guess what? You're going to pull it down. You have now locked that thread. Thank you, Teresa. No truer words were spoken by anyone than what she just said. Always make sure all the double stitches will slide along the core thread, and when you're ready to close, count it at least twice. And what I like to do, and I still make mistakes, okay? Especially if I'm tatting when I'm watching TV and something exciting happens, okay? I'm just saying I'm guilty. It's charged. I will match my tatting to either the diagram or the print. And I will double check. Have I done that? Yes, I got it. Have I done this? Yes, I've got it. And if you double check and learn to double check yourself, you will find your mistake before you close that ring. You can make mistakes 7 days to Sunday on a chain. It's not a headache. But you make it on a ring, and oh my gosh, it's like the world came to an end. It's the hardest thing in the world to fix a mistake in a ring after you've closed it, especially a split ring. Okay, split rings are a nightmare if they've got joins on them. Okay, so double, triple, if need be, your work before you move on. That's good advice. It's sound advice, and follow it. Right, Arlene, it does teach you to fix your mistakes. And yeah, many times we've made mistakes, Jess, after we close the ring, we say, oh, crud. Okay. And Arlene says she's a toad. I'm a frog. Okay. Let's get real. I go ribbit all the time. All right. My husband looks at me like I've grew horns when I do that. And then he sees what I'm doing. He says, oh, I know. So, yeah, that's how often it happens to your teacher. So, I want you guys do your earrings or do a necklace, all right? But if you're going to make the basket, I'm going to show you on here how to do this. We're not going to do it. You're going to do it if you want a basket. You will make 4 of these hearts without the Josephine chain. Okay? You're going to make 4. You will join them up this side, right to where the heart begins to curve. So at this last picot, you're going to join here, 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 and here. Okay? And you'll do that on both sides until you have all 4 of your hearts connected. Then you have a tiny little basket, depending on the size thread you use. If you're using size 10, a Hershey's Kiss will fit in it. And for those of you, okay, that have those little decorative trees where each holiday or each season you decorate the tree with it, whatever the holiday is or the season is, set you up your tree. Make you several of these little baskets, and then the handle will be the Josephine chain, and you will start it here and here. That's an after effect after you do your connecting the dots. Put you a little Hershey's Kiss in it. When company comes, let them go over and get a Hershey's Kiss off the heart. Okay? It's cute. It's just a conversation starter. If you're making something special for a wedding, make the tree. Get a tree branch, spray paint it, stick it into some concrete, decorate the concrete with some fabric or whatever, and then put these hearts on the tree. Okay, the heart baskets with little kisses on it, and set it on the table as a gift to the guest. There's another idea. The lock join done with the needle, Stephen. Pam, that is your turf. Pam is the needle teacher, and she will get into needle. She's going to do videos. After the first row is complete, a single knot is required, a shoelace trick. Yeah. You're right. After you finish your 4 rings and join them here, okay? And you're ready to start all them little chains, that is when you're going to reverse the direction of your thread and you use the shoelace trick. Now, for you newbies, how do you do a shoelace trick? Well, we're going to change direction. All right? So, we're going to go back here and we're going to take our shuttle and we're going to just tie a little half knot. And what that half knot is, it's just like when you're tying your shoes. Can you see what I'm doing here? And then you just draw it in. Of course, I'm just making a mess out of my heart. That's okay. And it ties a knot and it changes the path of your thread because the thread that's on top is the thread you tap with. Okay? So on that, you would be using 2 shuttles. Okay? And, you know, for this pattern, you don't have to. You can use the shuttle in a ball and just rotate your work to accommodate what you need. Okay, as a tatter, you learn all the tricks. Now I've got a knot here and I'm trying to get it out and it's just not listening to me. See what y'all cause? I tell you. It's okay though. It's all fun, right? It's all fun. Now, if you're interested in these little acrylic doodads, GW Stitching on Etsy has them. Okay? They're stout. I ain't gonna lie to you. They are stout. They don't bend. And they do fit the floss boxes. I will show you. They fit just like your paper bobbins. So, I wanted them so I could put the thread that I use. I use Elizabeth for the classes. I don't use Elizabeth for what I work with. What I use is Olympus. Don't get me wrong, Elizabeth has a lot of colors. You know, she's got a lot of variety in her threads. But I'm just not an Elizabeth fan. I like the way the Olympus feels in the hand. So, Elizabeth has its place, and so does Olympus. So does DMC. It's whatever your flavor. Okay? So, there you go. That's our little heart. I want you guys to either tat up a heart or make a little basket. All right? And I want you to send me a picture of your work. I want to see how you did. Tonight, we are going to work on the center for the round robin. All right? That we are going to do in the intermediate class. And I got it from the files. And it was a start for a round robin Georgia was going to do in class one time. And somehow or another got lost. Well, we found it. And we's going to use it because it's cute as a bug on a rug. And then we can add to it. I have also ordered the cards. Let me switch to the face forward. I have also ordered the cards. Kathleen, I get it from Black Sheep Emporium. So, yeah. I've got some, if I can move this without destroying my internet. You can get it in this size ball. Or you can get the ecru in the white in this size ball. Your colors come in this size. If you want the color in the bigger ball, you'll have to call Black Sheep Emporium and see what they have. They also have metallics, and I got news for you guys. The metallics is awesome. It is so silky smooth, and it tats up beautifully. Okay? But that is my go-to thread. That's my favorite. It feels good in my hands. Silks feel good in my hands. Silk threads. Those are hard to come by. Okay? So, second is Olympus. So, all right. So, anyway, that's for your homework is the heart. Tonight's class is intermediate advanced. Now, just because you're not an intermediate or an advanced does not mean that you cannot attend. You can come any time you want. Okay? Sue has a class coming up Thursday for her design class. She will send out emails and such. Pam will announce it on the class Facebook page. I don't know, Barb, if they did shut down or not. I haven't heard. Awesome, Arlene. Anyway, back to what I was saying. I ordered the cards. They won't get to me until about the 18th or the 20th of this month. Another thing, we will be parked here until February. We're rescheduling the service on the rig until February. We cannot find a place in Florida to park. We're a big rig, okay? And finding spots that allow a big rig is hard enough, but you add to the limited accommodations they have because of the double late season hurricanes. Yeah, we're not finding anything for more than a night. And something this big, you don't take it and move it every day. You just don't. It's too much of a job to move it. Okay? We are 42 foot long and 13.7 high. And we weigh 22,000 pounds. So yeah, we're not easily moved. On a simple earring sometime. Yeah, I seen one in the files today that I did years ago, and I'm going to do those. I will let you know what you're going to need to do them. They're really cute, and it's just tatting, but we're going to add some beads to it. So I'll tell you what all we need for that one. But I'm going to put that on my list so I don't forget. And next week, we will be doing the journals, the tatting journals, so that you can get your journals going. Okay? So let me write this on here. Simple earring pattern. All right. And journals next week. All right. Is there any questions? Did I get everybody's question or no? I knew you were, Kathleen. Exactly. You won't go back to Elizabeth once you use the Olympus. You just won't. The catcher with Elizabeth thread is she's got some beautiful colors, folks. I have to say. She has the most huge selection of colors I've seen. All right, Pam, Sue Larson needs the information. Have you got it handy? So you can go to our website, theonlinetattingclass.com, and you'll be able to access the files and everything there. And you can also enroll in the classes. You should be enrolled or you wouldn't be here today. The YouTube class site is the online tatting class on YouTube. Pam can send you the link. Thanks, Teresa. Now, there's some older videos that show you step-by-step instruction for this. I do have those links available. If you'll give me just a second, I shall get them for you. And remember, folks, these are when I first started doing videos for Georgia. Okay? So do not hold me responsible for what they look like. Okay? I'm just asking. Mercy, please, mercy. And here is all 4 parts. Okay? Pam, can you put that up on the Facebook group, please? And send it out in email to those who want it. It's under the beginners tatting series or something like that. It's an old video channel I had, oh gosh, 100 years ago. No, not 100 years ago, but a while. And it's got it's got several tat-alongs on there. What's a Josephine chain? Well, honey, let me show you what a Josephine chain is real quick here. We can do that. Let me go into the down shot and we will fix you up. All right, a Josephine chain. You wrap your hand as if doing a chain. So you're going to put your chain loom on your hand. And the Josephine chain is done using either the first half or the second half of a double stitch. Okay? So, we're going to go, let me get it down here. Start this again. We're going to do it with the first half instead of the second half. Most people use the second half. I got to send that, don't I? Oh, crud, it wouldn't let me send. I'll have to send that. They still pop up? All right, cool. All right, so you just do the first half or the second half of the double stitch, and you just keep doing it. And as you're doing it, that chain's going to rotate, okay? And it's going to make a spiral, okay? And depending on which half you use tells which way your spiral goes. And every once in a while, you got to drop that shuttle and pull your spiral around. Now, I'm going to show you what it looks like. We're going to twist our spiral and pull it. That is a Josephine chain. Okay? It spirals around the core thread. It is beautiful done with a needle. Okay? And with shuttle, you've really got to play with your Josephine chains to make them look right. They're worth it. They are worth it. I love Josephine chains. Don't like Josephine knots, but I love Josephine chains. Lock join, yes. You put the thread behind the picot and pull the shuttle thread up through the picot and then put your shuttle through that where you pulled it through. And that is a lock join. You guys, you're too kind. Those were done with a camera that was as old as Methuselah. And I was learning. So you can teach an old dog new tricks, folks. It's been proven. So there you go. Thank you so much, Barb. Thank you, Jackie. Thank you, Fred. Yeah, you're right, Teresa. They just don't look as crisp on shuttle unless you twist it like they do on a needle. That's why if you're going to do the basket, you know, do that Josephine chain using the needle. Okay, you can use an embroidery needle and come up with the same result. It's just going to be tight getting it through. Pam, can you send the links? Let me try this again. It says I got too many letters in my alphabet over here. All right, let me do this. I will put them in here. Hi, Steph. I haven't seen you in an age, sweetie. How are you doing? All right, it's going to let me do this one. Let's see. I got those two in. Let's shoot for two more. All right, it says I can't put in two this time. I can only put in one. So we'll back you off to there. Try this again. Yeah, it says I got too many letters in my alphabet again. I'm doing great. Doing great. You best be at Tad Days this year. You owe me a hug. I want to collect it. All right, there's all four links. All right. Just you learn from my beginning tatting videos series. Ah, you're too sweet. Great. That's what I wanted to do. Get you into tatting. Size 8. Okay, size 8 thread. That is pearl cotton. Okay. Pearl cotton is a 3-ply thread, and you can tat with it, but it makes it so soft. Yeah, I'll get it up on the website. I was going to do that today, and the phone rang. We won't discuss. I know you have, Deborah. Okay, Pam, I'm going to send you the links to the old video channel that are these. It's the walkthrough on this pattern. And I mean, it takes you from square one to square two and moves on, okay? But it explains a little more detailed what I'm doing. And when you watch it, pay attention to what I'm doing, okay? This is a pattern that Georgia gave to me to make a video on, all right? And she gave me permission to do the tat along on it. So this one is not in our files. There is a link to where you can get it. It's on the Ring of Tatters UK site. All right, but we do have permission to use it. There's several patterns on that site that we have permission to use. We just can't put them on our site. All I can do is link to them. Okay, but we will get these up on the class Facebook group, and I will get them also up. They should be on the YouTube list on the website. I'm not sure. I will check that because there are several No, you're not missing part 2 of the links. It's up there with part 1. I will repost it though individually so you can see. There's part 2. It didn't pop up. Well, now there it is. Part 2. It's up there. It's right after part 1. It just didn't say part 2. I don't know why. Yeah, you're right, Fred. All you got to do is Google it. And I mean, it is the very first thing that pops up. And like I say, please excuse the video and the camera. I was a newbie, you know, but I was learning and I used that channel. Now, mind you, I was learning on those videos right along with you. I posted those as a reference to what I needed to know so I could retain it. At that time, I was on medications for my back that kept me in la la land, and my memory was non-existent. So if she taught me something, I would immediately put it on video, and I thought, well, I can put it on video and refer back to it, and maybe other people can glean something from it. Because at the time, there wasn't many videos out for tatters. I mean, Karen Cabrera was, tag, you're it. You know, and she's got some lovely nails, but boy, there was a distraction. And I just wanted to put something out there that other people could learn from. That was it. So, any questions? If not, yes, yes. Thank you, Pam. If Pam misses sending you something, email her and ask again. She is very, very busy. She takes care of all the email and she takes care of the Facebook group pages. She also is reviewing homework for me. She is my right-hand girl, okay? And without her, I couldn't get nothing accomplished. Sue, you're going to do great. Competitions is, if you want to enter a competition when you learn it and you feel confident in yourself, do so. Your craft fairs is where you want to look at. And they do have tatting in there. So, yeah. Any questions? Last call for questions. And then tonight, intermediate, advanced, I will be sending out a link to that after this class is over and getting all the documentation together for tonight's class. We will start our round robin routine tonight. Okay? To those of you that are new to the class, make sure you hit that like button, raise our algorithm. Watch those videos, let those commercials run. That is how we pay for the website. That is how we pay for the equipment we need to teach these classes and keep them going. Remember, Georgia started these classes in a chat room. Now, if you don't think that was not hard to learn in a chat room, you ought to think about how she had to learn. It was snail mail. Okay? So, hit that like button. If you are not someone that is a registered member of our classes, please register with the classes. Hit that subscribe button and that notification bell. And as soon as we go live, you will be notified. Next week, folks, we are 100% live and public when we start the classes. We have our moderators in place, and they are doing a wonderful job. Give them a hand, everybody, and thank them. They're going to keep you safe. All right, I will see you all tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern, 7 Central, 6 Mountain, 5 o'clock Pacific. Anyone outside the continental United States needs to check the world clock for your time zone. All right. Is there any questions? Last time, last call. Arlene? Awesome, Stephen. Melissa? All right, that's it. So, I see you all tonight, 8 p.m. And until then, may your rest of the day be as perfect as you. And happy tatting. I'll see you tonight, guys. Bye-bye.